Do you have an XP farm on your Minecraft realm that you're sharing with your friends, but the problem is that only when one person's online it works because it's based off like arrows or tridents? Well, I've got just the solution for you. This farm will work for any amount of players at any time. It does so by recycling the arrows so that any player can reshoot them at any time. Additionally, this infestation powered armadillo farm will give you just an insane amount of XP, more than you will ever need. I'll now give a quick tutorial on how fast the farm is. When you throw a potion, you will quickly begin to have XP generated, and it kind of flies everywhere, but as you can tell, I started at level 0 and I'm already level 20. And just like that, I am now level 30. I can do max level enchants. So, as you can tell, this is way faster than you're ever really going to need. Like, you don't really need to get XP any faster than this. It'll mend your tools insanely quickly, and this is with only 12 armadillos. You can add more if you'd like to. I would recommend 12 as the limit, though. And whenever you're done with the farm, you can just press this button, and the arrows will get pushed down here, where they can be recollected by the player to be used again later. Let's get straight to the materials list. For this farm, you will need 4 stone buttons, a composter, a piece of sand, a cactus, 2 sticky pistons, a trapdoor, 4 slabs, around 32 building blocks. You can use glass if you'd like, I think it looks nicer. 3 redstone dust, 2 torches, some dirt, some fence gates. Also, I'd recommend having some normal torches to light up the build so no mobs spawn. And then you're also going to need some soul sand and some water. You're also going to need a zombie to run this farm. And you can either use a name tag or drop an item on them, and if they pick up an item, they'll not despawn. The name tag also works to not despawn the mob. Additionally, you're going to need armadillos. I have 16 here, because why not? 12 is around the number that I'd recommend. You don't really need more than 12. And then to move the armadillos, you're also going to need a minecart, some rails, and some leads. To get more armadillos, you can breed them using spider eyes. To run the farm itself, you're going to need these materials over here. You're going to need a brewing stand and some blaze powder, and then also some bottles to brew the potions with. You're also going to need a bow and arrow, and some arrows to make tipped. To make the tipped arrows, you're going to need to first do netherwort, then a glistening melon, this will make healing potions, and then a fermented spider eye, which will make it instant damage, and then glowstone, which will make it instant damage too. You can then place this, the 3 potions you make, into a cauldron, and then by clicking on it with arrows, it'll make instant damage 2 tipped arrows. As for the infestation potions, you're going to use netherwort, and then a piece of stone, and then a gunpowder, and that'll make splash potions of infestation for 3 minutes. You're also probably going to want a chest to store some of these items in near the farm. Once you've gotten everything, let's begin. The first step is you're going to want to dig down 3 blocks. Make sure you have a few blocks around you. Place a slab at the bottom of this. This is where the zombie is going to be going. You're then going to want to take your trapdoor and place it on the side here and open it up. Then take some of your temporary blocks and build up a few blocks like this. You're going to want to repeat that on this side too. You're then going to want to wait till it turns dark and then find a zombie. Here's my zombie that I found. You're then going to want to name tag him or drop him an item. Here, I'll drop him some dirt and see if he picks it up. Okay, so he didn't pick up my dirt, so I'm going to go ahead and name tag him. And then what you're going to want to do is bring him over here and then jump across. And they're going to fall right in the trapdoor. You then close it so he stops dropping or jumping. And then you can break it and replace it with a slab. Replace it with a slab. You can then replace it with a slab. Just like that. You can get rid of all these temporary blocks. You can now pick any of these 4 sides. I'm going to go right here and mine this block and replace it with sand. You're going to have the cactus on top of that with a composter on top of that. You then want to go to the side with the zombie and place 2 soul sand like this with pistons over here. You then place a block in the middle and then place your 2 redstone torches on top or on the sides of this block. They should extend into the soul sand. You then place your redstone here, a block on top, and then a button on top of this. When you press the button, it'll retract the soul sand. Additionally, you're going to want to mine out this block and this block right here. This will make it when the water flows down, instead of going into the redstone or the torch or something, it'll go straight into these holes. It kind of looks like our zombie friend down there picked up a piece of dirt. You're then going to want to go on top of one of these soul sand blocks and then place blocks all around it just like this. You should have a platform that looks something like this. You then break the ones on top of the soul sand. You won't be needing those. You can then take and fill all of this side just like that, and then place 2 more blocks here temporarily. You're then going to want to take and place a temporary block here with some rails leading up to the composter, just like that. And then you're also going to want to take and place down your minecart. Now you're going to want to bring over your armadillos. So I'm going to place them down over here. And then you can either bring them over using a spider eye like this, or you can lead them. Leading them's a lot faster, but I'm going to use the spider eye to show you something. Once the armadillos get within a certain range, they're all going to curl up just like that. And this makes it really easy to move them, because as you can see, I'm no longer holding anything, and they're just going to sit there. So then you can push them straight to the minecart, and then push the minecart straight on top of this. Once the minecart is on here, you're then going to want to break the minecart, and they're going to curl up in a ball. If they don't curl up in a ball, they will die, so make sure they've curled up in a ball. If they've not, that means you've built something wrong. You're then going to want to repeat this for all 12, 10, 8, 16 armadillos, however many you have. Once you've gotten in all your armadillos, you can go ahead and remove these rails. And you can also remove these 2 temporary blocks here. You're then going to want to make an infinite water source so you can do this next step. Go ahead and place water here and here. And then get 1 more bucket. You're also going to want to place buttons here and here. Then you're going to want to place some temporary blocks. You can place a fence gate here. And a fence gate here. You're also going to want to place slabs on top of these fence gates. Next, you can put blocks in these positions, followed up by these positions here. You can then place 2 redstone dust, followed by a button in the middle. This should open up both trapdoors. Actually, one thing I forgot here is you're going to want to place a piece of water right on top of this. That is a very important step, do not forget that. Congratulations, you've now finished the farm. Now in order to run the farm, you're going to want to come over to this side right here, just like this. And you're going to want to shoot arrows into this trapdoor. Just like this. Put 3 arrows about roughly spaced like that, and then you're going to do the same on the other side here. Once you've done that, you're then going to want to come up top and then press this button. This will drop the arrows down into the chambers. As you can see, they're now bouncing around. You can then place the excess arrows in a chest down here. And then what you're going to want to do is just splash the potion right around the middle here. This will start spawning in silverfish, and they'll start dying, and as you can see, XP starts generating. Once the farm is finished running, you can then place your excess potions in the chest, and you can come over here and press this button. It'll drop all the arrows down like this, and then you can come pick them back up, and then you can put them into this chest here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.